Hey guys, it's Kayleen here with Just Agents. So you clicked on the link because you're interested in why getting your real estate license is different in 2021 than ever before. Stay tuned, we're gonna break it down and explain why 2021 is a year to pivot.
Hey, Just Agents, it's Lori here from Just Finest Agents, and we are located in Colorado, and we're one of your top realtor groups in video marketing and branding yourself in 2021. So make sure you hit that subscribe button or that bell so you don't miss any of our content this year. Guys, reach out. We are looking to partner with agents across the country. Maybe you're struggling with branding yourself. Maybe you're struggling with getting that video marketing set up. Reach out to us. We would love to help you. You can text us, you can give us a call. We partner with agents in a myriad of different ways. So we can set up coaching calls with you for reasonably priced packaging. We also will fly out and help you set up your YouTube channel. That's always an option. And we also, you can join us here at EXP and we can tell you why we love EXP, and not just from a salesy standpoint, but why it has helped our business thrive and help us succeed as agents and in branding ourselves of who we want to be in this market. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you reach out. We're here to help. All right, so you guys are thinking about becoming a real estate agent. That's probably why you clicked on this link. So either you're just taking classes, just have your license probably, or are thinking about making the move into the real estate field and want to know, gosh, what it's like to be a real estate agent in 2021 and how it's changing.
Well, and I guess I come from a real estate background. My grandparents were in real estate. My parents have been in the building business. So I thought I knew what I was getting into when I signed up to be a real estate agent. And it is nothing like what I thought. Like, branding and marketing is such a big piece of it, which is what Lori loves.
I do think you have to have a huge entrepreneurial drive.
Yes.
Like, you can't, it's not just talking with friends and hanging out, and like, I really do think you have to have that drive in today's market. So I mean, we're just gonna have a frank conversation with you about like maybe why we got into it and how we got into it, and maybe like our vision for real estate and how we want to generate leads and how we want our business to thrive in 2021.
Yeah. So I would say most agencies, when you get in, you put down a list of people that is your sphere of influence, and they teach you to ask for those referrals, to start with the people you know. When we first started, we actually had a handful of friends that wound up listing homes, and we had like one or two that called us, and we were like, why are people not calling us? And then we realized working for friends and family is a totally different dynamic, and we want to grow our database in a professional matter, and then our clients then become our friends, kind of not the other way around.
Yeah,
we've done it both, and different dynamics.
And should you market yourself to your friends and family? Sure. But a lot of times when you're doing a real estate transaction, it's a pretty personal process. And so that friend or family member has to be okay with you diving into their financials, and you can look up some of that stuff on the back end anyways, but they don't know that, but they are being very vulnerable with you.
Yes.
As far as their financials, you are into their family. Like, we see more family dynamics as real estate agents than I ever have before. And so
she was in counseling.
Yeah, the counseling degree kind of pays off sometimes.
Yeah.
But I really think so. Just a little bit of back end. So you're gonna, go in and take those classes, and they teach you really nothing about the actual transaction of the real estate. Like, it's all those logistic pieces, and you pass, and
you're like, I think we learned about this.
Yeah.
It's more the law, the contract, those logistics.
we took our exam and then we went out for a beer, and then we were like, well, now what? Like, we passed our exam. Now what do we do?
And Lori's first thought was, let's market the brewery.
That's not a bad idea, but
it's not.
So then you got to think about what kind of realtor do you want to be? So you can sign up for some of those classes, like Keller Williams Bold. People swear by it, but you will be sitting in a room cold calling people for 2 hours every day, making 100+ contacts, which is great. I mean, if you want to do that and that's the agent you want to be, go and do that.
And it can work.
Yeah, people will go door knocking. They'll give you a challenge of, stopping by and making so many contacts during the day. And it can work, absolutely. I just know that
we did go knock on doors.
We
too.
did, yeah. And it is successful. And if that's the agent you want to be, I think there's a space for it. I think it's a kind of a shrinking space, if I want my personal opinion. But there definitely is a space for it, and there's definitely a mentor for you out there if that's like the direction you see. We just saw, as soon as we got done, we're like, let's do video. Even though it's hard to see yourself on video, no one loves to see themselves on video. And the first video you do, even these videos, we're gonna look back in a year and just say, what were we thinking?
Yep.
But you got to start somewhere. And so I do think that marketing yourself in 2021 is huge. Like that's what you have to learn, and they don't teach
And
you that.
especially to compete with Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin. They're in front of our audience. So how can we beat our audience even before them when, our clients are going to start wanting to sell a home, to move to an area. And so with video marketing, what I do, we all know 95% of people start their home searches online. So I know you have to do your marketing online. Well, there's so many different, what's the word I'm trying to
I have no
do?
idea.
So many different platforms that you can choose from. And
Where to start.
we've kind of dabbled in all of them. You do get different leads from different types of leads from different platforms. And so I do think YouTube, people go to that search engine because they're trying to do research about an area. They're trying to figure out, information not specifically related to real estate about the area. And so I think it's a great search engine to start at.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times when you're starting out, the next question after you do that exam is not only what type of realtor do you want to be, but should you join a team?
Sure.
What brokerage should you join? And so all of them are great for different reasons. We have done them all. Well, I think all of them. I'm sure there's more out there, but we did the small brokerage, and that was great, for holding our hands for those first few transactions.
Hands-on.
But then after that, she just wanted to brand herself. And we're like, no, I can't see us being successful living under someone else's name, like, especially with the way the market's going.
And we're in it for the long haul. We aren't just doing this as a side gig. We want this for a long career path.
Right.
So.
And then we joined Keller Williams, which was great. But, we didn't see the camaraderie that we wanted to see as far as being able to share with agents what we've learned. And so, because they're in our own market. So we just joined EXP, and I know EXP can have like that seller's mentality, but that is not our experience, and that's not why we love EXP. We loved EXP for the ability to brand ourselves across the entire country, to help other agents, no matter where they're at, market themselves, because that's what we love and that's what we're good at.
Well, and our uplines want to see us do well, and we want our downlines to succeed. And so, sharing these things that we've learned along the way really does benefit the whole sphere that we're involved in, all of our uplines, downlines. And so why wouldn't we want people to do well?
Yeah.
So it's just a different dynamic with this company.
And if you want an office, I think you're going to need to go with a traditional brokerage. Like if you're picturing yourself getting your license, getting in the car, going to an office and sitting there and,
that's what we didn't
cold calling and sitting there with like 10 other agents that, are in that office.
Yeah.
Then you probably do want a traditional brokerage, and that's probably what's going to be best for you and help you grow. We didn't want that. We had kids at home. I pictured going to real estate so I could work from home and make my hours flexible. Do we work a lot? Yes, but I loved the flexibility of not having an office. And so that's why, EXP has worked for us really well, is because of just not having to be tied down by an office.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I just think, if you're thinking of getting your real estate license, I think, what do they say? Like 80% fail in the first 2 years. It is a tough world out there. And I think you can, go through your sphere, and then all of a sudden you're like, now what? What do I do?
Well, and I feel like each person, here's like something that I had to realize. There are so many different types of people out there. There's analytic people who thrive on numbers. There are people just like me who I can relate to. And when you are going through real estate, it's hard to get that rejection, but
That is
it's
still tough,
true.
yeah.
Sometimes when you force that relationship, it isn't the smoothest transaction, and you learn so much from that. And so video marketing really does just put who you are as a person out there, and you attract the same types of people back.
Yeah.
And so that's why we love it.
They kind of know who you are before you go there. And you're not going to win every listing. We go to listings, our always goal is to hit a certain percentage of listings that we, actually they go with us as a realtor, but I still walk away when we don't get that listing and I'm like, what is wrong? What did we do wrong? And
What could we have done better?
Sometimes there's nothing you can do, but you got to have some thick skin in this game.
Yep.
And you got to be willing to keep going. Like we've had highs and lows where we thought we were on top of the world, and the next day we're like, oh, when's our next transaction coming?
Yep.
And think outside the box and do something different. And you got to have some grit, and some skin in the game, and kind of go for it.
Yep. And that's the bottom line is we call this group Just Agents, GYST, because the bottom line is you just have to get your shit together.
Everyone asks us why that, and because you just got to do it. You just got to jump in the game. And sometimes we'll be doing something and I'm like, you can sit and analyze everything, and I'm like, just do it, just post it.
And that's what I'll start dwelling on something, and Lori says, nope, let's just move past it, and it's very true.
And you're gonna learn something from it. You could have learned that it was the best decision. You could learn it was the worst decision, but you got to do it. You just got to jump in and go for it. So I think that being a real estate agent in 2021 is different. It's a whole different iBuyer. Online, it's people, you talk to agents who've been in the industry forever and they say, no, it's just so different. I just have to figure out how to get my foot and get some traction in this industry.
There's even agents that have been around that we've been talking to in our area for decades, and they're experiencing a lull, and we have more leads than we can handle. And I think we're just touching on being around a different group of people and not depending on just that local sphere of yours to, people may move, but not that often in their lifetime. So being able to, marketing is a huge part of a real estate business.
And if you're struggling out there and you've been an agent for a while or you're brand new, I guess my one piece of advice is to surround yourself with people that motivate you. We just knew we wanted to do video marketing, and we knew we wanted to brand ourselves, and we knew we wanted to make a name for ourselves, I guess. And I think that surrounding ourselves with people that are our mentors and who we respect.
Can ask logistic questions too.
Yeah, and they motivate us. They're like, no, you're doing good. You keep going. You're not going to see those great numbers yet. Keep going. Just surround yourself with people who are like you and who you respect and who you want to model your business after. And I think that that's maybe my key piece of advice for being a real estate agent is, be acceptable to change, and surround yourself with people that you respect. And that's how you want to model your business after.
Yep. I would completely agree.
So anyways, you guys reach out to us. That's our little bit. If you're thinking of getting into real estate, ask us any questions. We're here. We're an open book. We're, like I always say, we're pretty honest people. Yes. We're real people, right? So just reach out to us and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have about being in the real estate business, EXP, video marketing, any of those topics. Drop us a comment below where you're from and where you're getting your license. We'd love to connect.